Welcome to the Grand Prairie Seniors Reading Theatre Project to pay tribute to the late Mary Nutting and her book, A Grande Education, 100 Schools in the County of Grand Prairie, 1910 to 1960. This was compiled by Mary in 2010 in collaboration with Southeast Regional Archives Society. My name is Lois Stefaniuk, and I'm presenting Bighorn School District 3312. I am Adley Carter's daughter. My dad attended Bighorn School for grades 1 to 9. Bighorn School District number 3312. The Bighorn School District was organized in October 9, 1915 for Scenic Heights District north of Wembley. By then, classes had already been taught for a year, mostly in the summer, by Professor Emery Keith in the Methodist Church on section 1673, 8 West 6. Although slates were used in lieu of paper, the pupils had the advantage of Mr. Keith's extensive library, which he housed in the church. When the church burned in 1919, Mr. Keith's library was also lost. School continued in various homes around the district. The school was finally built in 1920 after a battle with the location of the building caused the whole board to resign. The tender appeared in the August 24, 1920 Grand Prairie Herald. Sealed tenders will be received by the Board of Trustees of School District number 3312 Niobe at the office of the Secretary Treasurer up to noon of September 10, 1920, for the erection of a school building. Plans and specifications may be obtained from the Secretary Treasurer on payment of $5, which will be returned on receipt of a bona fide tender with plans and specifications. The lowest of any tender will not necessarily be accepted. Dated Lake Saskatoon, August 7, 1920, Uri Powell, Secretary Treasurer. Once built, the school became the center of the community and UFA meetings, church services, and frequent dances. The wood supply was contracted out to surrounding settlers, and the water supply was Bear Creek until a well was drilled on site. There was also a teacherage and a barn. The Christmas concert was the main event of the year. A platform was cobbled together for a stage, and the ladies sent sheets for curtains. A community collection funded preschool gifts, and school children drew names for a gift exchange. All the children received treat bags at the concert. In 1929, there were too many children for the one school, and since the district was so large, a new school was created to the west called Meadowville. This left in 1931 still 27 children at Bighorn. The top attendance was 42 in 1937, and despite the large classes, teachers usually received high marks from the superintendents. Sports were important at Bighorn. Although there was no money from government for equipment, in a 1934 note, Inspector Balfour gave some solutions. The proximity of the community hall and the new skating rink and the evidence of lively interest in sport lead me to suggest that some means of providing such equipment as good jumping standards with a supply of crossbars, proper takeoffs for broad jump and hop, step and jump poles for pole vault, ring and short shot for shot put, and measured distances on the road might develop some athletes and be a good for community as well as the school. Sports was important to both teachers and students at Bighorn School. Following is a letter addressed to the Inspector of Schools regarding sports. Rural Route Number 1, Sexsmith, Alberta, May 11, 1934. Addressed to H.E. Balfour, Inspector of Schools, Grande, Prairie, Alberta. Field Day as legal school day. Dear Sir, I am planning to have an inter-school sports day here at Scenic Heights on Friday of June 1st. The following schools are going to take part: Canuck, Meadowville, La Glace, and Bighorn. Some of the teachers were asking if a day spent in a field or track sport could be counted as a regular school day, the same as attendance at a school fair. So, as I am not very familiar with the provision of the School Act, I would be grateful if you could inform me about the matter. I trust I am not making too heavy demands on your time in asking this. Signed, yours respectfully, J. Fred Howlett, teacher of Bighorn School District 3312. In 1951, Bighorn School District closed and students were bused to the centralized school in La Glace. The school building became the home of the Almond Hogshead family north of La Glace.